Another night of intense Israeli bombing across Gaza. And another desperate scramble for survivors.
The world today seems to be in an almost constant state of crisis, bringing devastation to the lives of hundreds of millions of people.
These drone shots from the city of Derna give a sense of the devastation and the difficulties getting aid to where it is needed. The city...
Somalia is facing its worst drought in 4 decades. The United Nations is warning more than half of its people are at risk of severe hunger.
Okay, I think we can probably go. Let's go.
We're in an area northwest of Kiev where there's been intense fighting over the past few days between the Russians and the Ukrainian militaries. There is intense bombardment.
It's a race against time for rescue workers in Morocco, trying to reach villages in the Atlas Mountains, which have been hardest hit by a massive earthquake. The Red Cross has warned of a disaster within a disaster if water...
These people are often helped by their neighbors and families, their religious communities, and their governments. But they can also get support from humanitarian aid organizations, a loosely connected system, including UN agencies, Red Cross and Red Crescent national societies, and non-governmental organizations that together form what is now a $50 billion a year humanitarian industry. While the humanitarian aid sector has become highly professionalized, it also remains a fundamentally ethical sector grounded in humanitarian principles. These principles include the core ethical belief that people facing life-threatening situations should receive help, regardless of their nationality, ethnicity, or religion. But living up to this ethical belief is getting much harder in our present world of permacrises. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Action released its latest Global Humanitarian Overview last December, noting that, quote, 2024 marks an ominous moment in humanitarian action. It is likely to be the first year since 2010 when humanitarian funding declined compared to the previous year. This financial strain is raising important ethical dilemmas for donors and aid organizations and is forcing a reckoning with how we define humanitarian action. I'm Alice Obrecht, Head of Research at the Humanitarian Learning Network, ALNAP. And this is A Matter of Priorities, a new podcast series which asks humanitarians across the system, as well as people outside the sector, urgent questions about how we should prioritize when lives are at stake. Join us as we explore questions like, who and what should be prioritized if there's not enough to do everything or reach everyone affected by crises? What does ethical and effective decision-making look like? And who gets to make these decisions? How did we get here? How has the role of humanitarians changed in recent years, and do we need to rethink some of this? And we'll also ask, what is a humanitarian need after all? And what should others outside the humanitarian sector be doing to address both the causes and the impacts of crises? Throughout this podcast, we hope to deepen your understanding of the complex challenges around prioritization in the humanitarian sector in 2024 and beyond. Please join the conversation at alnap.org.